Welcome to the uAvionix webinar presented by the Cessna Owner Organization and the Piper Owner Society. I'm Rocky Landsberg, the editorial director for the organizations and their magazines. I'm here to introduce our panelists, and then I will mostly go silent. Hayden Clark is the Director of General Aviation Business Development at uAvionix Corporation. He's also a pilot and has a degree from Oxford Air Training School. Welcome, Hayden. Thanks for being here, and take it away.
Hi there, Rocky. Hi, Scott, and hello, everyone. As Rocky said, thanks for attending this webinar. I'm Hayden Clark. I'm the Director of Sales and Business Development at uAvionix. So who are uAvionix? uAvionix is transforming safety of the skies and enabling pilots, both of manned and unmanned aircraft, to actively participate in the same airspaces. Our customers include some of the world's most active and passionate pilots. From the weekend pilot to commercial operations, uAvionix has enabled the world of pilots to safely navigate airspaces and revolutionize their purpose. And in doing so, pilots in turn are helping uAvionix become one of the most innovative and exciting companies of the aviation industry. So where are we located? We are actually truly a national company. Our headquarters is actually located in Big Fork, Montana. We have a new manufacturing facility, which is in Columbia Falls, Montana. And we also have a second headquarters, which is situated in Leesburg, Virginia. In fact, many of our employees are based throughout the United States. We're a young, innovative company who utilize the latest technology, which enables us to be together virtually wherever we may be. So let's have a look at what we've accomplished so far. Our solutions for general aviation are as follows. We've produced the low-cost, easy install, fully certified ADS-B out solutions for the GA market, such as the skyBeacon and the tailBeacon. We also produce low-cost certified Mode S ES transponders and WAS GPSs for the international ADS-B out requirements. These are like the Echo ESX and the Sky FYX EXT. And we're also the leading manufacturer in portable ADS-B in and out solutions. These being the Sentry ADS-B in device, which we manufacture for ForeFlight, and our own Echo ADS-B in and out unit, which is specifically designed and orientated for the UK and European markets. So in the world of unmanned systems, we dedicate ourselves to three major principles of airborne safety: communicate, navigate, and separate. We manufacture miniature, highly technologically advanced radio systems, GNSS and SBAS position sources for autopilots, as well as ADS-B out solutions, and we produce ADS-B in and out transceivers to enable safe separation in ever-increasing crowded skies. Maybe a little-known segment which we're involved in is the production of ground infrastructure equipment. We manufacture FAA and European-approved equipment for the monitoring of airport vehicles and ground-based airport maneuvers and operations. One of these systems is the Vector ADS-B vehicle tracking system. And we also produce a weatherproof ping station, which is a dual-band 978 1090 megahertz networkable ADS-B receiver. It has a power over the Ethernet, and it's enclosed in an IP67 rated protective enclosure. And the ping station provides ground, surface, and low altitude ADS-B surveillance within the line of sight of the antenna. So what solutions do we offer for certified aircraft owners in the US? So there are many solutions out there to enable you to become an ADS-B out compliant for the FAA 2020 mandate. It's important that you invest in a solution suitable to your specific requirements. When choosing a solution, consider the cost of the equipment and cost of installation, including aircraft downtime. Think of the type of flying you do. Flight below 18,000 feet only needs a UAT 978 solution, and this can be used with an existing Mode C transponder. For those of you flying above 18,000 feet, then a 1090 ES solution will be required. If you're concerned about being seen, then a 978 solution combined with a Mode C transponder could be the best option for you because you can fly in anonymous mode, which hides your N number while squawking 1200. If you fly an experimental LSA aircraft, you have the option to use a non-TSO solution, and you can also benefit there by providing ADS-B in. So which solution is right for you? So we have the skyBeacon. It is a direct replacement for a Grimes 3-bolt teardrop light. It will give you the benefits of new LED nav lights and strobes. It is a fully integrated system. There's no need to update existing avionics, and it will work with any Mode C or Mode S transponder. It has an integrated built-in UAS GPS and antenna, and it also has a built-in altimeter. And that's priced at MSRP of $1849. And then we have the tailBeacon. So the tailBeacon is a direct replacement for a traditional Grimes rear white position light. That gives you the benefit of a new white LED light on the rear of the aircraft. And like with the skyBeacon, it's a fully integrated system. There's no need to update the avionics. There's no need to break into the avionics panel. And again, it will work with any Mode C or Mode S transponder. And like the skyBeacon, it has an integrated WAS GPS and antenna and a built-in altimeter. So like I mentioned, both the skyBeacon and the tailBeacon have essentially identical electronics, and they perform identical functions in terms of ADS-B out performance. I guess the only difference is that they're a different form factor. As I mentioned, the skyBeacon being a replacement for the Wingtip nav light and strobe, and the tailBeacon is replacing the fixed rear white position light. When installing these systems, I think you need to give additional consideration to the visibility to the sky and the ground. The structure of the airplane often dictates which solution will be more effective, and choosing the wrong solution can result in poor performance and a failed FAA report. So the skyBeacon can have performance impacted by large tip tanks or aerofoils blocking the sky or ground visibility. And the tailBeacon can have GPS performance affected by obstructions such as a horizontal stabilizer. So it's always worth bearing that in mind. Before you purchase from us, we always recommend that you download and print out to scale the mounting diagrams. These can be found on our uAvionix website. This way you can offer that template up to your existing lights and ensure that you have the right product for your aircraft. With skyBeacon, certain Cessna type aircraft will require a fairing adapter. Now, this isn't necessary for the functionality of the skyBeacon, but it makes the wingtip installation more aesthetically pleasing. And I'd advise that you refer to the uAvionix Wingtip Adapter Guide to see which Cessna aircraft models this can affect. We will shortly be releasing the certified skylight, which is a matching right-hand green navigation light and strobe, and it has a dummy fin antenna. This will enable aircraft fitted with skyBeacon to have matching LED lights and strobes and provide a symmetrical look to the wingtips. Due to our commitment when getting tailBeacon certified, Skylight has had to take a lower priority. However, now we have the TSO for tailBeacon, Skylight has become a priority product, and we should see certification being achieved in the latter part of Q3. And the pricing for Skylight is going to be $500 if you've already purchased a skyBeacon. We also do have Sky Sensor available. However, this is an uncertified solution designed for experimental aircraft. And while ADS-B in can be approved through various efforts, it's not something that we've been able to support as a company at this time. So like with skyBeacon, we have the mounting diagrams for tailBeacon, again, downloadable from the uAvionix website. The tailBeacon actually has a unique mounting plate which can be twisted 90 degrees so that the unit can either be installed vertically or horizontally, depending on the light that is being replaced. And as mentioned before, it is important for customers choosing tailBeacon to make sure there are no obstructions to the top of the unit, such as a T-tail or horizontal stabilizer located above the light. These type of obstructions can lead to GPS shadowing. When you mount the tailBeacon on a control surface, it is the installer's responsibility to address any balancing issues as per the manufacturer's guidelines. tailBeacon's weight is actually nearly identical to most existing rear position lights, and it does present little change. On aircraft where it is being installed on a moving surface, attention should be made to the aircraft service manual to determine if rebalancing is required. In our experience, for a typical 172, no balancing is required due to the similarity in weights of the older light and the tailBeacon. So let's go through the installation process that your installer will have to follow for tailBeacon and skyBeacon. So at the very minimum, the skyBeacon and tailBeacon must be installed by an A&P and signed off by an IA. Of course, you can also go to a certified avionics shop or Part 145 facility, and they can also perform the installation. But we also have a dedicated team of over 650 qualified installers. They're based around the country, and they'll be happy to assist. You can find these listed on the uAvionix website under our qualified installer. So here are some of the tools that your installer will need to put the skyBeacon on. It's very, very simple, like with the installation. Just an appropriate wire stripping tool, a standard hand tool assortment, a voltmeter and heat gun, and of course a mobile device, either Apple or Android, with Wi-Fi, and the skyBeacon application, which must be downloaded from the appropriate app store to the mobile device. Here's a quick video I'd like to show you of an install, and it will demonstrate exactly how to perform the installation, but how easy and quick it is. So this, as you can see, is the direct replacement of a Grimes 3-bolt teardrop light. So this is the most easiest form of installation. And it really is as simple as that. There's 3 wires, 3 screws. I think the biggest hassle in this case is the removal of the wingtip. And there we have it, skyBeacon installed. So let's have a look at the steps on how your installer will have to configure either the skyBeacon or the tailBeacon to your aircraft. So as mentioned, the installer must download the uAvionix skyBeacon app to their Apple or Android device, and they need this in order to complete the installation. The aircraft must be outside of the hangar for skyBeacon to have a clear view of the sky. The aircraft should be in an area of good radar coverage and the transponder set to out and being interrogated. The installer will connect the device to the skyBeacon using the unique SSID and password which is provided with the unit when purchased. And we recommend that cellular service is switched off and also switching off other apps that are using Wi-Fi. So you disable those. And then quite simply, you follow the simple instructions and input the specific data in relation to the aircraft. So let's basically continue to enter the configuration data. Be sure to enter the most accurate information possible in relation to the aircraft. Mistakes in the data input can lead to failed performance reports. And always remember to hit update once all the information has been entered. Once the skyBeacon is configured, ensure that the aircraft again is in a good area of radar coverage and that the skyBeacon tailBeacon has an unobstructed clear view of the sky. And you can then open the monitor screen and you can confirm the successful installation and setup. So what documentation is required for a typical skyBeacon or tailBeacon installation? In actual fact, this turns out to be more time consuming than the physical installation itself. So when the installation has been completed by the installer, they do have to finalize the installation and they have to ensure that all the required logbook entries, paperwork and documentation have been completed. Of course, the nav lights must remain on during flight for ADS-B out, and a placard must be placed on the instrument panel which states navigation lights must remain on for ADS-B out. And so here's a little list of what's required to be submitted to both the FAA and what's needed in the aircraft flight manual and also in the logbook for maintenance manual records. Your installer will know exactly what to do here, but this obviously is a guideline for them. So the installation has to be obviously tested and validated. And there's two methods now which you can actually test the installation and then validate it. So the two options are the use of an ADS-B test set, something like an Aeroflex IFR 6000. That would be suitable to perform a ground test and also sign off to say that the installation is complete. But the most popular way is to actually perform a validation performance flight and pass the FAA PAPR report. Obviously, do ensure that the nav lights are on during the test flight. We've had several people that haven't flown with the nav lights on and then ask why they failed their report. So I guess the key elements of passing a PAPR flight test, and these are really important to ensure that you give yourself the best chance of passing. You must have radar coverage to obtain a clean report. You should always give the aircraft enough run-up time on the ground to allow the avionics systems to come online, reaching their full operational capabilities. During the flight, you need to avoid prolonged or aggressive maneuvers and attitudes. So no turns over 30 degrees of bank, no rapid ascents or descents. Keep the flight as level and sedate as possible. Of course, no touch and goes and no aerobatics. We've had several people calling in suggesting they failed a flight, and when we've reviewed the flight, they've performed several touch and goes and in a couple of instances aerobatic maneuvers. You've got to ensure that the flight duration is 30+ minutes in raw airspace. I would always recommend that a short, maybe 15 to 20-minute flight is performed and that you request a PAPR report to validate the installation, and then you can go off and fly the 30-minute performance flight test once you're satisfied that the aircraft and that the skyBeacon and tailBeacon are suitably set up. So where can you purchase skyBeacon? So we've made it so it's nice and flexible and easy for you to purchase through a number of channels. You can come directly to us and you can order through the uAvionix website. You can go to one of our trusted resellers. Alternatively, we have our QI network, which is our qualified installer network. There's over 650 individuals around the country that which will enable you to purchase directly through them and also have the installation performed by them. And rest assured, I mean, whoever you or wherever you purchase your uAvionix product from, will always provide the same dedicated sales and support service to our customers.